What's going on and what's shaking, Chewy Nation? Welcome back to another ChewbaccaLemma video. You can tell by the length, this is quite the video, a half hour-ish in length for this solo battle, and we are going to show the entirety of this game. I thought about editing up. It's not, it doesn't take too long, but I know I would miss some little things, and just being able to show the whole thing. You can see that I'm not making this stuff up. This is how what you can do to get all of those numbers, passing yards, rushing yards, all that stuff. So the game is running in the background. You do have to play on the hardest difficulty if you want to be able to get top 100 or top 10 or whatever. If you're just going for legend, you're going to see, if you want to spend a half hour per game and do that 13 times, you can definitely get top 10, top 25, top 50. You could do that, or you can just go for legend rewards and you don't go through all this. That's up to you. I will talk about what I'm doing throughout this video, so I'm going to let that play, but I will talk about the box score, what I'm looking for in this video right now. I'm looking for about 10 turnovers. There's one right there. I'm looking for 200 rushing, 400 passing, a bunch of first downs, 30 plus would be ideal. Just filled up that box score, punt return yards, kick return yards, all of that stuff. So I want to make the box score just full of numbers, right? On my side, not on their side. That's the idea behind what we're doing. And I am in the Carolina Panthers playbook, I believe, and we're just running some nice levels concept here. This isn't a great start. I don't know why it was man coverage clearly. That was not what I should have done. Stay in bounds there. Not ideal. But we are in the Panthers playbook. This is just a little bit of a rough start here. This man coverage, that blitz off the edge has got me confused. Are you a potato that uses their credit card over their brain? Or like this guy or this gal with money to spare? Don't forget to use code CHEWY to support your favorite Madden creator. But I will say, when you see man coverage, you're going to see you can pick up a ton of rushing yards. I missed my read there to the running back. Like, what am I doing? I think I was just a little bit off early. It's okay. I do think we don't really want those incompletions, so that's not ideal, but we're okay. One thing, you want to make sure you want to make sure you go out of bounds always. It stops the clock, and then wait until 20 seconds are on the clock, where you'll see here, we'll go out. You don't want to call a play here because it will excel down to 20, so you got to wait. Just wait. This is what takes the longest, which is unfortunate, but you got to wait until it's 20 seconds. Unless it's within 2 minutes of the second quarter, 2 minutes left, or the fourth quarter, you don't have to wait because it stops. It will stay stopped. Here, I think this is no, that's not man coverage, just kidding. So we go ahead and hit the running back again. We will see, I think in the next drive, what we do against man coverage. This is different from my last video. It will make rushing so much easier, I promise. You will get the rushing yards with ease. If you have a Deshaun Watson or somebody is faster, would even be better. But I have Deshaun, which works fine. Deshaun definitely works. We go ahead and dump it underneath. We'll take the touchdown. We probably should have went out of bounds for get the first, but in the last 2 minutes of the second and in the fourth, you can really stockpile first downs. So you don't necessarily have to focus on getting the first downs early. You may want to take 5 plays or so to score, get a few first downs, but you're really going to stockpile those first downs in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. That's where you're going to get a ton of them. So you're really worried, I don't know if worry is the right word, but you really should be focusing on yards and getting some, of those first downs and, taking, 5 to 10 plays, but not, maybe 5 to 7 plays to score, but definitely not completely focusing on first downs because you can do way better. Picked. Wow, this game that's been a crazy thing where you actually looks like you got the pick, you get the animation, and they just drop it. So we'll see if that comes back to bite us with that terrible drop right there. It happens. Again, if you're not sure how to do this, okay, it didn't come back to bite us at all. If you're not sure how to do this, I did make a video on it, which I'll leave a link down below. I hope you guys don't mind me talking for a half hour, unedited, keeping you entertained. If you've made it this far, well done. You made it 5 minutes into the video. That deserves a lot of recognition. We try to get outside the pocket here. This is the running that I'm talking about right here. If they are in man coverage, if you're able to get outside, you move, that's great about levels. I usually put a slant on the inside guy. And just everybody to one side of the field, and you get 30, 40 yards if you got a quarterback. Deshaun's not even the fastest guy in the game by any. He's not even close to the fastest guy, but it's so easy to get rushing yards. I don't know why I wasn't doing this before. You really should be doing this, I think. It's really easy to. You don't go out of your way to get rushing. You'll notice here in this game, and I've done this throughout the week, and I haven't went out of my way. All I do is, if I see me in coverage, that's when I get my rushing yards, and I'll just do passing the rest of the way. At least that's what I do. Again, this is my strategy video. If you want to make your own strategy video, then do it. but that's what I do. Here, I don't see a read. I always run levels. I probably should have a different red zone, though, because levels isn't necessarily the best offense in the red zone, at least the setup there. So that might come back to bite us. It will in a few minutes. But we go ahead and kick the extra point. You can go for 2 if you want. I've kind of forgot about it. If you do this, or even close to what I'm doing, you're going to score 50 points. That's the only reason you go for 2. So if you're going to get 50, you really don't need to go for 2. But it is in the box score, and I said you want to really stock that box score up, so maybe 2s matter more than I realized. So maybe you do want 1 or 2 of them, and ideally getting the 2-point conversions, not missing them. Maybe that does matter a little bit. Again, the box score, you want to fill that puppy up, so maybe I'm overlooking something there. A really, really bad user there, and it wasn't even a streak. And then I went for a hit stick. That's just a mistake on my end. Like, I'm not going to fumble anyway. There's no fumbles in this game, so unless it's the quarterback. So a really, really bad user there. I sometimes, it's not perfect. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a rhythm and I can't be stopped with this. Here, a little bit off and they catch because the CPU on solo battles, they don't drop it if they get their hands on it pretty much. So they get a touchdown there. Obviously not ideal, but I'm showing you this video. We still did pretty well on it. And there's some things that we could improve. So you look at this and hopefully do what I do well and then not do what I messed up on, and you're going to get 26 plus K on these solo battles. At least that's the idea. Remember I said fill the box score, so we're going to go and take some kick return yards here. Might as well get some good out of that. Again, I'm not 100% sure on, nobody really knows the exact formula on how everything matters. This looks like man coverage. It definitely is man coverage. So again, we wait for our blocks to set up perfect, and look at this. Again, this is only like 80 speed, so I'm not like the fastest guy out there, but we now have 3 rushes for 74 yards. Not even going for rushing. We want 200 rushing in a game, not trying to get it, going out of our way, and we have 75 in the first quarter. That's pretty good. And passing, we're doing well there. Going to have over 200 yards in the first quarter with ease. So that's great, right? So we're looking for, maybe we're scoring a little fast here. That's another thing. I will talk about this, later on in the video, sort of things that we can improve on. But we're doing well yardage-wise. You want 600 total yards, 400 passing, 200 rushing. That's kind of what we're looking for. Mix in some passing touchdowns with rushing touchdowns, and you're going to be good with that. But maybe we scored a little fast here, perhaps. That we could do a little bit better there. But we got plenty of first downs. Make sure you go out of bounds. There it didn't matter because it was only a few seconds left in the quarter, but I did anyway. Our levels here, triangle, if you notice that inside receiver is not even covered, so that is a pretty easy touchdown. And now we decide to go for 2 because we'll go for 2. Might as well. No big deal. And I would highly recommend not running levels here. It's just, and maybe I could hit circle early, but it depends on what defense they come out in. Sometimes you can just run it right in, but that's not probably the best 2-point conversion play. I just hardly go for 2, so I never really thought about it, but maybe it's part of the box score, so maybe I should put some more time into that. Obviously, getting a guaranteed 2-point conversion isn't going to be too hard to come up with. Some pretty good plays out there for getting a couple yards against the CPU. Go ahead, audible here. Easy pick again. You do probably want to get about 1 defensive touchdown, maybe 2. Get a couple of those. I have had a couple opportunities earlier in the game, but I wanted to make sure I got all my yards. So I just like, we'll get that later. We do only have we missed our read to our running back again. Like, what are we doing? I honestly don't know like what I was thinking there. Why I didn't throw it. Sometimes I'm just a little bit late. Maybe I just read the coverage wrong. But yeah, we want want to make sure we don't score too fast, get all those first downs. I think I was talking about something else, but I don't remember. All right, so go ahead here. He's got man coverage, and we're thinking we're going to get all that rushing. Look at the right side of the field, but we are right tackle. We have Brandon Brooks in there because we got this Texans team. Thinking we got it again here. We think we got it again. Just really bad on me there. That was some easy rushing yards that I just threw away. It was man coverage, exactly what we want. I was just a little late there. So now 3rd and 22. We're thinking if we got the open shot downfield, we're just going to take it. And that's exactly what we do. We take the open shot really behind him. We should be taking a timeout here. That's a mistake. We still have 3 timeouts. What are we saving them for? And now we're stuck in a spot where we hurried up and hiked the ball, losing so much time. And we take an incompletion, which is really silly. Right there, all together, that was just not at all what you're looking for. And we go ahead and get the touchdown, which is nice. But that was definitely a mistake on my end. So, oops, that was bad. But that's okay. We're going to get our 2-point conversion back because we got D-Hop in its man coverage easy. But no, DeAndre Hopkins drops the ball. That never happens. Tell me that's ridiculous. But that's okay. Maybe that did cost us a few points. But a few points literally, and maybe on the solo battle score as well. But obviously, 26-7, you need to score 50. We're not worried about points at all. We're going to score at least once, maybe twice more before the half. Not at all worried or concerned. This is where you really want to stockpile the first downs. This is 2 minutes left. Every time you go out of bounds, the clock completely stops. So you can take, it's about 5 seconds, first down. So this is a really key part of the game, getting these first downs. Now, they did put a curl flat on the field, so I couldn't throw it there, and then they cheat me on that. I don't even know if it's cheating. I think that just route does not lend itself well to that right there. But that's okay. 2nd and 10. We'll bounce back, man coverage, but they send pressure off the edge, so I go ahead and just throw it to the slant. I was thinking when I saw man coverage that I might be able to get a huge running play here, get some more rushing, but it was unsuccessful, so that's unfortunate. We hit the running back there. I thought I was going to miss the read again, get the first down, go out of bounds again. Keep getting those first downs, stockpile. We're going to at least get 1 more drive, maybe 2 more drives after this, so we're feeling really good. Man coverage, we clearly see that with the way it's lined up, so we go ahead and move everybody over. Because I want to get my rushing yards, I decide to get way more. I know I'm going to get the ball right back, so it's not too big a deal. And we got over 100 rushing yards. We got a good amount of passing. We take a first down, and then we'll get the touchdown on the next play. That's kind of what I was thinking, and that's exactly what happens. This time, Hop gets a little bit more separation and gets the touchdown, 32-7. We decide we're going to go ahead and take our 2-point conversion, try it again. This is a good alignment here because we can go ahead and hit the triangle receiver. I think I might have said Y earlier. I don't know if I mentioned that, but been on Xbox. Now I'm on PlayStation. 34-7. We finally get a 2-point conversion. Like I said, unless I'm missing a clear read, I just don't think levels is the move on there. But again, I don't know how important that really is, especially when we're going to score so many points, which you'll see. 34-7, and all you really care about, 50 is the max for the point one, so that's the big one. 34-7, we want to make sure we get this ball back so we can get more first downs. Easy defense, a touchdown if we wanted it there, but I see a great opportunity to get a ton of yards and, more importantly, first downs, because yards at this point are pretty much good, right? Like, we haven't finished, but we're in a great spot, a fantastic spot. We're going to have, over 400 yards? We only need, easily. We're going to have, we already are close. We're going to be close to being done yardage-wise. We're going to need some more first downs and maybe some more completions. I'd like to get about 30 completions. Not really sure how much that matters compared to just first downs, but it doesn't hurt. Missed a few completions, which definitely stings a little bit. Stockpile that box score. Here, I don't see a great read, so I throw it downfield. That might be a little bit of a mistake, but hear me out. What I'm thinking is I can actually get another turnover here before half. So if I can hurry up and score here, I still have 3 timeouts, so I'm looking good there. yes, I am giving up some first downs, but if we score quick enough, that gives us another chance at another interception, and, you know, that's not too bad, especially considering I think we're looking pretty good overall with first downs and such. So we go ahead and dump it underneath. That's always go out of bounds before you score in the 2 minutes, because why not? You get an easy first down, and this play will take a couple seconds. Go ahead and just run the ball. It's like an easy rushing touchdown. Almost got stopped, but a touchdown. Nevertheless, probably should have tried to pick up a few more first downs there, but we chose not to, which again, I think we're looking pretty good. We'll show the box score here in a minute. Go ahead and hit Y again with that alignment. Easy. Y, triangle, touchdown. It's it's in the same spot, so it's not that hard. It's the X button, the hard part. When the play breaks down, seeing X, since they're the same color on Xbox and PlayStation, that's what throws me off. But we go ahead onside. We have plenty of time here, 19 seconds, plenty of time to get another pick. So that's kind of what I was thinking, and we do have maybe be able to get a couple plays as well where we can get some first downs. But that's what we choose not to do, because you'll notice here, oh wait, just kidding. The next play, gets a big play there, cheats me. I think I was a little off on my user there. When they jump in front of you, though, that definitely stings. Giving up a good amount of yards in the first half, so that's okay. We don't want to give up another touchdown here. Ideally, I'd love to really want this interception. So we swing out, we swing in, and we see so much open space, and we're thinking, we're not going to get many more first downs. We only got a few seconds. Let's go ahead and take this to the crib, and if we can score before half, we can get another turnover. So that's what I was thinking. Go ahead and get a touchdown. Byron Jones putting on the Jets, and now we got a 48-7 game. Obviously, points are looking good. Go ahead and get the 2-point conversion, 50-7. And because we did that, we got 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and kick it out of bounds to make sure 1 second stays on the board, so we can just get a Hail Mary and get another interception. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if penalties count against you. I haven't noticed any downtick in score taking penalties. Again, is it penalties that are counting against you, or is it kick return yards every time you kick it, onside kick, you're giving up a few yards? Does that count against you? Because they're both in here. Jonathan Joseph just drops the pick, so we don't even get the interception. They're both in the box score, so you have penalties, and you also have, I would doubt that penalties count against you, but they are in the box score. Here, let's show off the score. You see 19 first downs, almost passing done, half of our rushing. We got some kick return yards, only 6 turnovers, unfortunately, but our total yards looking good. Giving up a little bit more than we would like on defense. We could, this is when I was thinking, we could, because we're doing so well offensively, just give them the ball after we're done and just keep punting the ball to them to keep getting sacks and really get those numbers down. We could do that if we want. You'll see at the end of this video, or at the end of really the fourth quarter, what approach we took with that. But that's something we could do if we feel good about our defense. We go ahead and throw it, pick up a bunch of yards. We're doing well first downs. That's 20 first downs. We're doing well. That's pretty much our passing yards done. We did take a sack or two, so I think we need a little bit more, but it's pretty much done there. And our rushing is at 100 and 106, so that's doing all right. We go ahead and pick up a lot there, closing in on 100 and close to 3/4 of the way done with rushing. Again, not even going out of our way. We also pick up another first down. We're at 21 first downs, which isn't too bad, and rushing yards are almost done. Passing yards are really close to being done. So we're doing great. Throw it here to any receiver because they're all open. Touchdown, Texans. And at this point, I'm thinking, it's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm pretty much done, right? I need first downs. I can get those in the fourth quarter. Rushing yards, not too much more. Passing yards are pretty much done. Is this when I go ahead and let them, maybe not in the third quarter, but do I want to set this up where the fourth quarter is them having the ball pretty much all fourth quarter? Let them punt the ball, maybe get some punt return yards. Just play defense and trust my defense because I feel pretty good about it. I definitely think they're going to go negative give them as many opportunities to get sacks and all that. That's something that did cross my mind. And you'll see what I chose to do here soon, but that's kind of what my thinking is right now. Easy pick there, because I also only have 7 picks. I'd love to get that to 10. So if I can score quick, I can give them the ball, or just give them the ball back, then I can get more interceptions and that stuff. Because the punt block thing does not work in the fourth quarter, we want to make sure we go ahead and decide, okay, wide open receiver there, we'll hit that. That's what, 22 first downs. Passing yards are pretty much done. Would love to get some more completions. Need a little bit more rushing, but that's not a big deal. Once we see man coverage again, we'll pick up a good amount more rushing, and we'll only need a couple more runs with Deshaun. So that's pretty much, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Another first down here. I think that's number 23. So that's good. 1 or 2 more possessions, we'll be done with first downs, and feeling good. I want to make a point here. I did switch to the Panthers playbook because they have a run play, I-form close stretch, which I thought was a little bit better than what I was running in my other playbook. But here we go. We see man coverage. I think we just decided to score here. So we're doing pretty well there. But I decided that I wanted that I-form close. We'll show the box score in my playbook. But I realized I just run with my quarterback all the time now. So the playbook really doesn't matter that much as long as you have levels, at least the way I do it. 23 first downs, only need less than 50 rushing yards left. Maybe some more completions would be nice as well. But I don't think we can complain too much about anything except that touchdown, those few big plays we gave to them. If we would have just not went for the hit stick, I think that's really like the part that giving up all those yards was really unfortunate. And then the very next play, they agged me and then broke off in the ag, somehow broke off the tackle. Tell me that makes sense. I don't know. But we do want to pick up a couple more first downs. We're pretty much done with everything. So go ahead, swing it out. Perfect. We could take the defensive touchdown, and I think we choose to do that because this gives me, again, I don't really need to be on offense. So we have 8 turnovers now. So I'm thinking, get another defensive touchdown. That's good. Now make it where I only need 2 more interceptions, and I'm at 10. So looking at a minute 45, that's plenty of time to get 2 more using the punt block glitch. So I'm feeling good. I accidentally came out and kick off here, so I'll just kick it out of bounds. But I'm feeling really good about this. They always get on the 42 when you do that. We get the ball back. Again, we're at 23 first downs. So now it's just completions and then rushing yards, which is close to being done as well. So not much else to say there. Try to maybe get some punt return yards in the fourth quarter as well. Get that. Try to go back. They made it where this year where they take control of your player right when you pick it off, so you don't run out, get that stupid thing where you run backwards and get safeties and stuff like that. But I think it hurts more than it helps. Gives you no control. That's like a Band-Aid fix, which is really unfortunate. First down there, 25 completions. Again, just waiting to see man coverage so we can go ahead and finish rushing yards. We only got a few more minutes left in this video, so you know that we probably don't take too much time in the fourth quarter. First and 10 here. Going back to levels, going underneath, of course. Hit the running back, Arian Foster. He's definitely, I would recommend, if you're going to, position-wise, what you need is, if you're going to prioritize a running back, if you want to do this strategy, ideally one, if you can get to 90 speed, that's great, because you can always just run around the guys. 87, 88 is going to work fine too, but a running back's good. We see their man, so here we go. This was the man coverage we were looking for. Deshaun Watson, he's out and running. We'll take a first down as well. You see our rushing is close to being done, but a 80-plus speed quarterback, a 87, 88 speed or more, again, or more of these, running back, and then that's all you really need on offense. It's nice to have a speedy receiver or somebody that you can throw to beat man coverage if you have to. That's nice. Just have a second option if you can't throw it to the running back. And then defensively, a corner that you just like to use her. That's it. Or I think you can put a safety there. So just somebody that you can use her so you can get the picks. If you want to put abilities on them, you may want to do that. I might I might mess around with that. That might make it where I don't ever drop a pick if I go like pick artist or something like that. That could be something good. Maybe just don't get as bad of animations sometimes. That could help for sure. Definitely not necessary as you see. As long as you do it, as long as you do it well, you're gonna pick it off every time, pretty much. It's very rarely that something bad happens where you drop a pick or if you mess up, yeah, you're gonna maybe give up a touchdown. But if you do it well, you're gonna be good. So we got 10 interceptions. We're good there. Our passing yards is obviously good. We'd love to get a few more first downs and get some more rushing. But yeah, we're pretty much done. 78-7. Definitely could slow down. That was a really bad play by me there. That's the danger of when they put a curl on the field. An incompletion right there is not what we're looking for. So, oops. Here, I think that's a seam flat that plays that like that. Easy first down. Those are good when they have the seam flats because there's nobody over there. You'll notice that it's just you can get a ton of yards. The curl flats, the dark purples, are really hard to throw. Cloud flats are easy to throw. Even man coverage you could throw. But really, it's really just the curls that you don't want to be throwing. All right, first down, curl against the curl flats. First down there, rushing yards pretty well done. We got 3 rushing touchdowns, which is good there. The rest are passing, a couple defensive touchdowns as well mixed in there. So the mix of passing and rushing looks good. The first downs are looking good. The yardage is looking good. Like, what more do you need? Maybe a few more completions you might want, which you'll see in here. We'll close in on 30. I may want some things that I may not want is those incompletions that I had. Obviously the yards I allowed the touchdown. I don't know if the touchdown even matters as much. I think it's more the yardage associated with it, maybe the first downs associated with it. That don't want to give up. But I would love to get some punt return yards here as well. Maybe a punt return touchdown if I can. Stock up those. Because if you notice, this has not been a perfect game, right? It's been fine, but I still have a whole fourth quarter and I have everything done. I don't have the rushing done, but I'm about to. I don't have the rushing done till now, but we're going into the fourth and everything's done. Passing, rushing, nothing else is left. I think even first downs are pretty much done. So at this point, you could prioritize defense or really that's probably or just run the clock out. You don't even need the ball. Like Hopkins hung on. Let's go. There's nothing left for offensive wise. Now it's all about defense, sacks, yard lost, all that stuff on defense. Punt return yards, kick return yards. You really probably won't see that because you're not going to give up any more points, but most likely. But that's kind of what I'm prioritizing here. So I am going to kick it deep. This is the last little hint, I guess I have, is as long as the penalty doesn't count against you, which I haven't noticed that. This allows it where as long as they don't really gain any yards, when they punt, if they're too close to your end zone, say they're on like midfield or past midfield, they're going to punt it out of bounds like every time. So there's no chance at punt return yards. So I like kicking it a little bit deeper, but I don't want to give them all those kick return yards. That's why I kick it out of bounds. Or also it stops the clock. Like there's no clock going here. You see how easy this is to play against the defense. All I'm doing is mid-blitz out of nickel 2-4-5 and mid-blitz pressing and pass committing. That's what I'm doing. I do have to make sure I'm covering the running back if he does leak out. I love to blitz my guy because if you don't blitz him, he'll like come back, like he'll start coming back. It won't let you have full control of the guy. So blitz him but you have to make sure if you don't get in really fast to cover your guy. We get a lot of punt return yards here. So here's what I'm thinking, right? We just got a ton of negative yards for them, which you're going to see here. I'll show the box score. So we got 30 first down. Like we're done, right? Offensively, we got some good punt returns, kicker. We allowed 50 yards, 73 yards total offense because of those kick return yards. We have 10 turnovers. So the question is, do we go ahead and give them the ball and try to get some more negative yards, or do we just run the clock out and call it a day? So here's what I'm thinking. I've heard people say a 50-yard field goal. I've been told this a lot. I don't really know if this counts really much, but I will go ahead and take my field goal and give them a little bit more time. But I'm at the point now, I played a half hour. I'm thinking I could definitely give up some yards too, which I don't really want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and give them, you know, whatever, 30 seconds, a little bit more, and maybe I'll get a few sacks. I have 3 timeouts if I want to use them. So we're on the 33. This is exactly a 50-yard field goal. I got Fairbairn, Texan great. Field goals are kind of hard this year, but we go ahead, nail it, accurate kick, of course, and we get the field goal. That's a 50-yard field goal. I've heard that. I still question if that really does matter, but that's why I went ahead and did it there. I chose to do that. If we can get a few sacks here, that would be great. But I'm kind of like, am I going to regret this? We'll see. So we go ahead again. We press, we pass commit. We line up the safety. We want to make sure the tight end doesn't get wide open here. We get a sack on the very first play. Fantastic. Okoye. One thing, too, I don't even mess with my players on the outside. If you have LT and you have those guys, it's even going to make your life easier if you got some more speed here. That's my fault. My fault completely. I even got a flag on, I think, roughing the passer. But that should always be a sack. If it's play action, I was so late on that there's no excuse for that. That should always be a sack. Unfortunately, it wasn't. We do get it back, though. Not back. They got a ton of yards, but we do get a sack there, a 5-yard loss. And you could take a timeout there if you're feeling crazy. Not really crazy, but because they only had, one play against me, and it should have been a sack. So we have perfect passer rating, 32 completions. You see the box score there, and we're going to scroll down here in a minute, but they had 59 yards of total offense, the 3 for 5 2-point conversions, red zone percentage is good, no red zone field goals again. Just to mention, like, maybe there's some points there. Again, fill up that box score. That's kind of like my knowledge I have. And I haven't really messed around with every single scenario because we're only a few weeks into solo battles. But you see the score, the 16-23 bonus score, whatever that is. That if you know those scores well, that's probably thinking we're going to be a little under 26. Sorry. If you get a score of 1700 there on the whatever that user score was, that's going to be about 1700 is going to put you at 26,000. So we're going to be a little bit under. We have had games where we're over 26,000. I posted a screenshot of this and I'll post it here, of over 26,000. But we're doing okay. If you average 26K on every single game, I haven't done the featured yet, but that gives you an extra 400 points. So we do have a little bit of leeway. If you average 26K, I'm going to go to previous week just to show that's the best way because this has already been done. These guys at the top are averaging 26.2, 26.3. 26K puts you just barely, 338 is where you'll be, just around 10th or 11th place. So that's pretty good. That score that we just got, 20 awards, if we keep that up. So that's not bad. And you see the things that we could improve on. Incompletions, yardage allowed, maybe some more punt return yards. That was okay. But there's a little things that we could improve on, and we still are top 12. So I think that's not bad. Let me know what you think if you made it this far. Big thumbs up. Wow, I kept you here that whole time. That's awesome. But hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to keep doing these videos where I show full games, and there will be ones that are well over 26 or over 26, and there will be maybe some that are just under and talk about things that I did wrong and things I could do better. That's the same thing. Things I did wrong, things I did well in the future. But half hour in, more than half hour. Thank you so much. I hope you guys did enjoy. That's all I got. ChewbaccaLemma out. Thumbs up if it was helpful.